Good morning, Encinitas. My name's Chris. I'm your marketing guy. I'm a local SEO and AI automation guy. I help local businesses, build their websites, improve their SEO, get more traffic, more leads, more sales. And I'm down here in Encinitas, visiting all of San Diego. I'm doing a little experiment, actually. I'm going around to all the little towns, making videos that are hyper targeted to your area, as an experiment to see if I can get these videos to rank specifically when people are searching for local marketing or AI automations in the area. I'm trying to reach local business owners, small business owners, entrepreneurs, people who might run a business from their home, or people who are thinking about starting their own business and know they need a marketing guy to help them out. So that's the experiment we're here to do today, to see if I can reach you, a local business owner here in Encinitas, who's looking for a marketing guy. Now, the reason why I came down here is because I noticed on Google Trends that people in the San Diego area are statistically higher, proportionate to the rest of California, to be searching for local marketing, local SEO, and AI automations. So I figured I'd come down here, make some content, and see if I can reach you. So here's the experiment. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. All right, so I have ChatGPT here make me a list of the top 20 business sort of types in Encinitas. And again, if this is ChatGPT, it's not always accurate. It's not always 100% accurate. Feel free to correct me in the comments, okay? If you're a local business owner here, or you live here and you've come across this video, well, A, if you live here and you run a business and you found this video searching for local marketing, I'm doing my job. So, but B, again, if anything is off or you want to add to the conversation, just put it in the comments. No big deal, all right? But we're going to go through the list. So here we go. Number 1, coffee shops and artisan cafes. Again, something I've really noticed down here. By the way, I live in Los Angeles. A little bit about me. I helped my friend launch his fence company about 5-6 years ago. Did the same thing I'll do for you. Put you on Google, put you on Yelp, build your website, get your local organic SEO up, drive those leads and sales. And we've been working together ever since. So I know it can work. It's a proven system. I'm here to help if you need me. And I don't need to work with every business owner. I'm really just trying to reach the handful of you out there. Maybe you just started your business. Maybe you're thinking about starting your business. And again, you run a small operation. You know you need a marketing guy. I'm here to help. So, but let's go through the list, all right? And just talk about some examples of the kinds of things I can do and how they can apply to these types of businesses. So number 1 is coffee shops and artisan cafes. Small town charm is all over San Diego. I love it. I've been to University Heights. I just came from Carlsbad. I was in Kearny Mesa. I was in North Park, right? A lot of little cool pockets here, right? Very charming. And a lot of local one-off businesses. And those are exactly the kind of businesses I'm trying to reach. So if you own one of these businesses, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put the link in the description. But so number 1 was coffee shops and artisan cafes. Number 2, organic/vegan restaurants and health food cafes. And number 3, juice bars, acai bowl shops, and smoothie shops. So these all fit sort of in your general restaurant sort of like overarching category. And for sure, the one thing you guys can benefit from is, as owners of these types of businesses, is that customer relationship, right? And so how do you build and nurture that customer relationship? Well, you connect through email. Maybe you also have a reward program and you have their phone number, right? And so messaging, sending out notices about new items or specials or maybe even coupons just to drive sales becomes crucial, It can also help you build your brand and establish your identity and differentiate yourself into your customers' minds by talking more about your story and your values, and you can do all of that through email and text message marketing, mainly email for the storytelling. You want to be a little bit more direct with the special offers on text message. But, another thing you might be able to benefit from is having an AI voice agent answer your phones. Now, hear me out. First of all, the price has gone down on those a lot, right? And number 2, their ability to learn and communicate has only gotten better and will only continue to get better. So one thing I know people are always conscious about, especially when they're starting their businesses, is those monthly recurring costs, right? Like, you have your MailChimp, and then you have your CRM, and you have all these different apps, and the cost of those just add up over and over time, right? And month over month. So one thing I try to do is find ways to reduce or eliminate those monthly recurring costs. And while voice agents aren't necessarily one of those things that you can get away with a one-time fee on, I will say that the cost of them on a monthly basis has gone down drastically. Where, I mean, all things considered, it's like, 5 hours for an employee or something on a monthly basis. Basically $100 to $200 a month, depending on how often it gets used. So, but what that does is it frees up your current employees, your actual humans, right, to be more conscious at work. They can, if they're not worried about answering the phone, they're not worried about being nice, they might be having a bad day, maybe it's really busy, maybe they missed the phone call, right? Well, the AI agent will never miss your phone call, and they'll never be in a bad mood. So a lot of people are like opening up to the possibility of that. It's something I invite you to consider. Okay, so number 4 here. We're going to shift a little bit, but still in that health and wellness. We're talking about yoga studios, Pilates. Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Bear, right? Or breathwork centers. It says Encinitas has one of the highest concentrations of wellness studios in San Diego County. Can you tell me if that's true or not in the comments? So a little bit similar to, your local restaurant, right? People come to you. You're like a local workout studio, local wellness spot. Maybe you're giving away like first session free, right? As a way to entice new customers to come in. Well, one thing automation can do is help you automatically follow up once they've completed that first session with like an email or a text message that says, click here to sign up, become a member, or click here to leave a review, right? Because reviews are another huge driver of not just like your business and customers deciding whether or not to give your business a chance if they haven't been there before, but it's also going to increase your SEO ranking. By the higher your rating, the higher your ranking. It's not a direct correlation, but it's definitely a signal that plays a big part. And then another thing too is, everything old is new again, and especially with AI, people are concerned about how do I get ChatGPT to learn about my business, so that way if somebody does a search in Encinitas for yoga studios, right, they're going to be able to find, or ChatGPT is going to recommend your business. So again, when I say everything old is new again, that's going to come down to your technical SEO, your on-page SEO, things that have been working for the last 20, 30 years. They still work today. In fact, they're more important than ever. So if you haven't had an SEO refresh in a while, or maybe you've never had a proper SEO audit, or have any proper SEO work done, or maybe it's time to refresh your website, that's another thing I might be able to help you out with. Again, if you want to get a hold of me, I'll have the link in the comments. But let's move on here, because I don't want to I try to always make these videos short, but I seem to have a lot to say. So surf shops, retail and rentals, that's number 5. Number 6, boutiques, women's clothing, jewelry, home goods. So, that is, those two fall into the retail sector, right? So one thing we can do to help retail businesses grow is expand their e-commerce footprint. And, a lot of that also definitely sees some improvement through SEO. For example, if you sell a certain kind of surfboard, a certain brand of surfboard, you want to make sure that you're winning those rankings when people are doing those searches, especially in proximity or geolocation, right? Meaning, hey, I'm looking for this brand of surfboard in Encinitas. You want to make sure you're winning that local search, especially if it's maybe a more rare brand. Especially this could also apply to boutiques, like it says women's clothing and jewelry, right? Maybe there's a certain brand of clothing or certain brand of jewelry that has very diehard fans, and it's also not available at every single jewelry shop or women's boutique, right? So you want to make sure you're winning the local search for that, or not even just local search, right? If you're also trying to expand your sales, grow your sales, you want to be able to, and you have the e-commerce component built in, you want to be able to make sure you're ranking for that, and you can compete nationally, meaning like somebody in another state like Arizona. Listen, I went to Arizona State, I'm a zonie, right? Full disclosure. if someone in Arizona is looking for this brand of thing, this certain brand of jewelry or clothing, maybe it's because they came to visit and they fell in love with it. They saw it at your shop and they want to follow up. They didn't have a chance to buy it then, but it's been on their mind. They want to be able to purchase it from you now. Do you have an e-commerce component built in? If not, that's something we could talk about building out for you and integrating into your POS system. Make sure everything talks together. That's essentially what automation is. AI automation is just, and it's not even always necessarily using AI, but automation is getting one or more of your apps to talk together, and sometimes it's in very specialized ways. Like, I'll give you a good example. I built a form on our fence company website that allows the customer to input their information, and it's not just their name, address, phone number, right? They can put in the measurements, they can select their type of fence, and it will instantly send them a quote via email after they hit the submit form. I mean, it takes 2 to 3 seconds, but it's very quick. It's almost instantaneous. And the way I built that was it's a custom integration between the website form and Stripe. We use Stripe for our billing and our customer management when it comes to making quotes, doing estimates, right? And billing, so sending them the invoice, right? But I built a custom integration that passes that form data into Stripe, creates the customer, creates a quote, takes their information about the number of feet of fence that they needed, the number of gates, etc., matches that to product IDs in Stripe, puts those into a quote, finalizes the quote, and then sends it to the email for that customer. So that's one example of like a custom integration. And a lot of times that's what it really comes down to is like, you can connect certain apps, but their ability to do exactly what you need it to do from a perspective of improving efficiency, minimalizing your manual tasks, right? Those are custom solutions. Sorry, I hear water dripping, and I thought there might be someone urinating, but I think it's just the air conditioner condensation dripping. Dude, it's been crazy. I was in Carlsbad, we had the train, right? I was in Claremont, and I had 3 guys with leaf blowers just going to town, so, but hey, we're doing it live, right? Okay, moving on here. Number 7, natural healing and holistic wellness centers. Number 8, med spas, facial bars, skincare specialists. Number 9, hair salons, barbers, brow/lash studios. And I'll even add number 10 here, fitness studios, CrossFit, high impact interval training, gyms, training. Again, these are local businesses, local services businesses, where you are counting on repeat customers. Your reputation management is going to be crucial. Reputation management just basically means, your reviews and having an automated system that automatically follows up with customers after they've made a purchase or visited your shop, and sends a link requesting a review, right? Because again, the review game is what's going to differentiate and separate and help you pull ahead of the pack, and it's what people literally use to decide whether or not they're going to come visit your business or participate in your gym, And again, I'm really trying to reach out to the local business owners who are just getting started, or they're trying to grow and they don't have a lot of these tools in place. They're doing a lot of things manually. You could use a marketing guy to help you with some of these things, and you're ready to kind of make that decision. If you have like an established business, maybe you've been in it a while, you're doing good, you probably have enterprise level software, and you may not necessarily need a guy like me, but there could be instances where you want your enterprise level software, again, maybe it needs to communicate to your MailChimp. Maybe you have the text messaging option, but you don't have an email option. These are what integrations can do and unlock for you, and it's something that I can help you with. So again, just visit my website, get a hold of me, and we'll go from there, all right? Okay, so number 11, coastal restaurants and breweries. So yeah, and again, having been in the area for the past few days, this list doesn't vary widely from location to location. Yeah, sure, North Park's got more vintage clothing, and over here you've got more surf shops, but those are both essentially, retail. Same thing with the restaurants and the breweries. Obviously, that relationship software, that review request software, or automation, I should say, is going to be crucial to helping you get more reviews And another thing I'll mention here, right? We learn so much more from one bad review than from 100 good reviews, right? Bad reviews keep us on our toes. And listen, our friend's company has gotten a few bad reviews, and we've been able to reverse them.
Check out.
Not like through some like technical way where we contact Google. No, we immediately reached out to the customer to resolve the issue, and we were able to resolve it. And they we didn't ask them to take it down. We just addressed their needs and let them feel like like we actually cared, because we do. And obviously that's the kind of what the review system does. It lets customers know lets you know if they're unhappy. So the good news is the customers removed all those bad reviews. We maintained a 5-star rating, and that's really crucial because I get so many people, like, I'm bidding on a big job for a school, and they said, hey, it looks like you got a lot of great reviews, so that helps us, hopefully score the job there. But it's also going to help you, and it's going to help you keep customers coming in through the door, because with a restaurant or a brewery, right, you need that repeat business. Again, emails are great, and text messages are great for sending out coupons, letting people know about maybe new brews on tap, new food specials, seasonal menus, anything and everything you can do to like build that relationship through communication with your customers. That's a huge part of marketing, especially when it comes to email and text messages. So, and of course, restaurants can benefit greatly from that. Again, you can also benefit from having an AI agent answer your phone, take reservations, and integrate that into your reservation system. If it's got an API, I can connect it. That's what it's for. So, right? Imagine, again, maybe you have a brewery, you got a bartender, she's slammed, and the phone's ringing. Maybe she doesn't always answer the call. Maybe she answers the call, she's a little short, she's a little rude, that might turn a customer away. The AI agent will never be rude, they'll never be short, they'll never miss a phone call. And that's huge. That can help you meet your sales goals or exceed your sales goals. Or it can be the thing, right, if you don't implement it, it can help your sales goals fall short. And again, I'll say this, I'm making a number of videos. You'll see, I'm sure if you explore my channel or if you're doing any kind of searching, you're probably going to see I'm doing essentially the same video in every little town I go to. But AI is not about replacing people. It's about freeing them up to do more important tasks for your business. They can give better service, right? That bartender who's slammed can now give the customers the attention and service they're expecting without having to worry about answering that phone, because the phone gets answered by your AI voice agent. And then the customer on the end of the phone doesn't get a rude and curt, response from your bartender, because the AI agent is trained to be courteous and answer any questions they have. The great news about that is the cost has gone down, and the quality of those AI voice agents has only gone up, and that's going to continue. It's going to continue to get cheaper and continue to be better. So what seemed crazy a year ago is almost commonplace now. So if that's something you're thinking about, I can help you out with that as well. All right, so let me keep going. I want to kind of pick up the pace here because I don't like to let these videos go on too long. But number 12, it says plant shops, garden stores, and eco boutiques. So this is maybe again where SEO, right, search engine optimization, the things you specialize in, the unique things that only you have, that not every other place has, or that's what you want to be known for, and building that e-commerce component and having that work together, right? That's another great example of the kinds of things I can help you with if that's something you're interested in. Number 13, art galleries and handmade good shops. With art galleries in particular, what's super important is having that segmented email list with your different collectors, right? Because these are the people who are like high probability of buying, and then you can also segment them by the type of art that they're interested in, so that way hey, I've got an urban minimalist guy coming in next month. You can almost like pre-sell any work that's coming in, or certainly build excitement and have a good opening when that artist finally comes and shows, right? And then maybe you have your more general broad list, letting people know, hey, we're gonna have a new artist coming in next month, here's what's on our calendar, and it just again helps you build that communication and that relationship with your customers to help drive sales and drive traffic. So number 14, chiropractors and physical therapists. This goes more in that medical services category. Again, that AI agent answering your phone, booking appointments, takes a load of work off of your receptionist, who might also be doing your books. She can again be freed up, and maybe you do consultations. It's a little bit more advanced than having just your Calendly, but it's like, okay, the AI voice agent can now connect directly to Calendly. So when it answers the phone and somebody wants to book an appointment because maybe they're not doing it through your website, right? Well, now your AI voice agent is connected to your Calendly through your website, and you can. Oh, the battery's dying. Like I said, I go on too long. It can free up your receptionist to do one less task, one less phone call she has to answer. And of course, we can build it so it transfers to a person if it's something that the AI voice agent isn't trained to handle. All right, number 15, real estate agents and home stagers. So, with real estate, right, maybe you're going solo, you don't have the tools that a big Compass or Coldwell or whatever is like giving you if you're working under their roof. So you got to rely on your own tools, and you want to build special connections between your marketing tools and your MLS tools. All things I can totally help you out with. Or maybe you just need to improve your search engine result rankings in the area, right? You want people who are searching for a real estate agent in Encinitas to find your website higher up in the rankings. Again, something I can totally help you out with. All right, number 16, skin and body wellness shops, salt rooms, sauna lounges, right? This goes into like that health and wellness service, right? Again, email marketing, text message for specials, and building that review automation system where as soon as someone pays their invoice after they've come and gotten their treatment, your POS system talks to your email marketing system, and it instantly sends them an email either with a review or a link to book their next appointment, something or anything, just that little touch that helps drive those extra sales, that helps keep your business going. So, and if you listen, you might have a custom idea for something you want. We put the custom in custom integration, Okay, day spas and massage studios, number 17. Again, that's another health and wellness service category. I don't want to belabor the point too much. I want to keep these short. We're almost done. Number 18 is pet boutiques, groomers, and trainers. Maybe you have a mobile groomer, a grooming business, right? You don't have a central location, so you can't necessarily show up on a map. There are ways around that. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, with all of these businesses, right? You want to not just show up on Google and Yelp. Those are obviously the two major ones, the two big ones. But you want to be able to show up in places like car navigation systems, right? And that's something I can definitely help you out with. And it's something I strongly recommend. Those are business directory listings. And you want to be on more than just two. You want to be on all of them. And I think altogether there's something like 90 different ones. So again, something I can help you out with. Feel free to hit me up. We're almost done here. Number 19, bike shops and e-bike rentals. Another very common business type here. Not just in Encinitas, but in the San Diego area. Again, how do you differentiate? How do you get the edge over your competition since there are so many of these businesses? It's going to be standing out. It's going to be beating your competition in the search engine results. You want to make sure you're getting more reviews. You want to make sure that you're giving the best service. So, when you get a bad review, you can address it right away, but you don't know unless you ask for the review. And if you can build that automated request into your sales cycle, that's the less work you have to do, and the more it just works on its own over time. I mean, that's the idea here. We're building systems, right? Okay, number 20 finally is beach Airbnb hosts and vacation rentals. So maybe you're actually going off platform. Maybe you want to host it on your own website. You deal with the customer directly, right? You don't have to lose fees to Airbnb. Again, another classic example of where search engine optimization, local search is going to give you the advantage, guys. So listen, that's the top 20 list here in Encinitas. My name is Chris. If you need me as your marketing guy, just click the link below. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, put them in the comments. And again, if you're a local business owner here in Encinitas and you're watching this video, then I've done my job. All right, take care.